Hello, my name's S. Rob. I'd like to talk a little bit about body neutrality. I've believed in this for a long time. I haven't put myself forward as an advocate for it because I didn't think the time was right. I didn't think people would be interested in it. It was too much for the times. Basically, what is body neutrality is I define that body neutrality is the idea that we don't have to love our bodies or hate it, but we can accept that it's a machine to do things. Your body is a machine. That means when you work out, you have to think primarily about how fit it is, how it works, getting it to do what it wants, what you need it to do. That does not mean you have to over exercise and make it ill or damage it. It means you have to care for your body, okay? Whatever it looks like. And I personally bring it this idea that you get from like life models and people like this, life modeling, like when people draw naked people, that all bodies are beautiful. We all have beautiful bodies. Like when there's a life drawing class and you have a model there, they don't try to pick a good looking model, they just pick a model because all bodies are beautiful. And the model normally decides what pose they're going to take. And it's up to the artist to make the drawing beautiful because the body is already beautiful. If they get it wrong and it's not a good piece of art, it is the artist's fault, not the model's fault in any way, shape, or form for how they look. And I think that's part of it as well. I do believe that's part of it. The idea that our bodies are beautiful, but to the same extent, they are machines. They are beautiful machines and they're all different. We all have different bodies. And that's fine that they all don't look the same. It would be a boring world if all our bodies look the same. They're not just different colours, they're different shapes. That some people are better with strength exercise, some people are better at running, some people are better at this, some people have injuries. A lot of people as they get older have injuries and things like this. We're not saying that everybody is perfect. We're just saying all bodies are beautiful. And we're saying that it's about function. We care about the function of our bodies. So what we're thinking is, we're thinking very much similar to athletes do, but on a less extreme level because they need to function for their sport. We're just looking to function for our everyday life. Yeah? That's why when I first started off, people used to be interested in my shape. In actual fact, it's a stretched stomach muscle, but always interested wanting to lose weight and things like this because I was actually fit. When I started off, I was a very fit man. I didn't look fit, didn't bother me because I was fit. You know, I was always fit, I always took care of myself. And what I did most of the time when I started off, it was just press ups. I used to do press ups, crunches, and squats, and lots of those. I didn't know about the stomach muscle at the time, and because crunches are bad for it, and press ups aren't great for it unless you can firm your stomach when you do them properly, which I didn't know at the time. That's what I used to do. And I used to do a lot of them, lots of them. I used to do sets of 50 in a lot of sets. I'd do 20 or 30 sets, you know. And it does make you fit. There's probably fitter people, but I was a fit man, you know. Still I'm fairly fit. I'm getting fitter now. I'm getting back to being fit. But the thing is, it's about function, you know. And we don't have to love our bodies all the time. It's okay not to love your body all the time. Just try to be neutral. Just try to be neutral and understand that it's about function. That we want our bodies to function, and we're not as interested in how it looks. We just want it to function right, to function in the right way. And maybe that means we have to put some muscle on somewhere, take some off. We may want to be a little bit stronger in the legs. Now we may look at the legs and say, oh, I like having nice thin legs. But if you can't walk uphill and you have trouble walking uphill, then you need stronger legs. So you have to make your legs stronger regardless of what it looks like, because it's about function. It's about the function of the body. And that's what it is. And it's the same if you have injuries. You exercise and work out in a way if you work out in order to strengthen what you need to so that the injuries aren't as bad. So if you're like, a lot of people recommend putting muscle around the joint if you've got arthritis. You put muscle around the joint to protect it from arthritis or something like that. You're not doing that from an aesthetic viewpoint. We're doing it to try and be healthy, to try and be better. That's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to hit a certain weight necessarily. If you want to hit a certain weight, that's fine. You know, it's fine. Man, woman, you want to hit a certain weight, no problem. There's always a good reason for doing that if you want to get slimmer, because that's good. If it's about function and you need to lose weight, then that's a good idea, that's a good thing. But we're not doing it because of aesthetics. We're doing it because we need to function a certain way. And also that we accept our bodies the way it is, and that we know and can understand that all bodies are beautiful. That means my body is beautiful, but so is yours. And I have no right to attack your body because your body is beautiful, the same as mine is beautiful. Maybe in a different way, probably in a very different way, but still beautiful. And the idea of function. And that's all it is. We're just thinking about the body in a neutral way and function in a functionality. But I say neutrality, but I do believe the idea that all bodies are beautiful, and that's not a neutral concept. I think it's a positive concept. I think it's a true concept. It's more all-encompassing. You're not really positive or negative. It's all-encompassing. You're just saying that everybody is beautiful. You're not saying I'm more beautiful than that person. You're saying all bodies are beautiful, is what you're saying. And that's a personal thing for me. That's a personal thing that I believe. And that is the whole thing there, that we have to understand and accept that our bodies are tools. Because terrible things are done when you don't accept that your body is a tool. People end up working out so much to get injured. They end up losing so much weight that they get ill. You get doctors even that forget that and think, oh, we've got to make somebody perfect, and they give them lots of medication they don't need and have so many side effects that actually damages the body. That can happen. It still happens in medicine. I know it sounds like the Spanish Inquisition, but it still happens where doctors damage people through side effects, and that's not something that we want. We shouldn't have that. But we have to accept it. But the bottom line is we have to accept that our bodies are tools. If we were looking at an alien species came down this planet, we would not be looking how good looking they were. This is not a Hollywood idea. We would not be looking how good looking they were. We'd be thinking about how they function. We'd be thinking they're very fast, have good endurance, that can lift, they're very strong. We'll be looking at things like that. We would not be looking at, doesn't that alien look hot? That is not something you'll be thinking about. Okay? Now, if all bodies are beautiful, it's not a concept anyway. But you wouldn't be thinking about this, that is a hot alien. Woo. No. That is not something you'd be thinking about. You'd be thinking about what their capacity was and things like that. But also this is about self-care. Okay? It's not about taking your body further than you want to because you feel you have to. Okay? See, CrossFitters can be part of this if they care about the body and they want to increase its capacity. But you don't have to be a CrossFitter. Everybody can do this. It's simply about accepting that your body is a tool and doing your best you can to look after it. And if your best way to look after your body is CrossFit, and that's what you want to do to look after it, then good luck to you. I wish you the best that there possibly is, but it's not for everybody else, and that goes for everything else that people do. If it's the best way to look after it is yoga for you, then do yoga. If it's just to go for a walk, it's just to eat the right things. If it's just about self-love and loving yourself and your body and looking after it, and that's all you want to do, then that's fine. And that's what it's about. And that's what I stand for. I don't know if people will agree with me on that, but it's sort of something I came to over the years. But the media fights against you. You take the media in that fights against this concept that it's just about function. You end up moving to it and away from it and to it and away from it. So this is my way of solidifying this concept in my mind and saying that I am an advocate for body neutrality, for the idea that your body is a tool. I think it was a plus-size influencer that said, if a fireman saved your life, would you care if you had love handles? No, you wouldn't. Because it's about function. It's about, if he was a fireman, it's how good a fireman he is. It's about function. And that's the bottom line. That's what we're going to think about, is function. The body's function. And that's what I stand for. And I hope you stand for it too. If you don't stand for it, I hope you'll at least think about it and consider it. And please share this video. It's very, very important that you share it with people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos. And do certainly do think about this subject, because it's really, really important. It's a really important thing for the future, because Look, you're getting fitness influencers that are getting injured. There's one bloke at pelvis. I'm not against fitness influencers. I'm for it. I'm for people getting fit. But when people are breaking the pelvis, exercising to look a certain way for the channel, that's too far. Okay? People shouldn't be doing it like that. People shouldn't be getting breaking the pelvis and things like this. Understand accidents happen with anything, including exercise. It's just a fact of life. But when people are getting injured like that, it's time to think about things and think, okay, it's about function now. We're going to go for function. And I'll be doing more videos about this. Hopefully, if this one's popular. It's just about function. It's about how we function, how our body's capacity is. It's not perfect because we're not perfect, but we are all beautiful. Bye.